Hey, what's going on, Golferos? Welcome to episode 4 of Salud Golferos, the podcast. Super excited today because if you've been listening to our first few episodes, you know that our whole goal is to bring perspective, kind of give you essentially a role model or someone to look towards as far as challenging yourself and pushing yourself into new spaces. And one of those is golf, getting into golf, getting our next generation into the game. So I'm really excited for today's guest. With me today, I have Camila, aka the CGL Golf Girl on Instagram, as well as her dad, George. Thank you guys so much for being here today with me.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna dive into it, guys, and talk really about you, Camila. We're gonna put the shine on you today because you are the epitome of what we hope to accomplish with this podcast, right? Getting our kids into the game, getting more Latinos, Latinas into the game. So prior to the podcast, I do like to ask some questions just to kind of get to know you. And you sent me a nice little bio about yourself, about picking up the game at 5 years old, as far as your dad taking you to the range. What was that experience like? Like, was it like, yeah, I want to get out to the range, Dad? Or you're like, Dad, why are you dragging me out here?
Well, he started taking me when I was really young, so I was in my stroller. I didn't really have a choice, but I would just sit there like off to the side while he hit balls, and eventually he got me a little like plastic set of golf clubs. So I started messing around with those, and then the plastic set turned into an actual metal set, like junior clubs. Mm-hmm. So I started using those and just messing around on the putting green and the driving range. And then he noticed that I was getting better and more into it, so he started to sign me up for lessons. So I got a lot of lessons, and those went pretty good. So we started with tournaments, with 9-hole tournaments, which turned into 18-hole tournaments after a while.
Right.
Yeah, so it was pretty fun, though.
So it was kind of quick, right? Like, you just fell into it? And,
yeah.
I mean, Dad, on your end, could you see that passion right away? Like, what was that like viewing it from a parent's perspective?
Well, it was great. Like I said, I would take her out as a baby, just to get her out of her mom's hair and have to do something with my daughter. And I just set her up little toys and crackers on her stroller, and she'd watch me hit balls and just look amazed, like, just really boosting my confidence.
You had a fan from day one.
Oh, yeah. But no, the one time I actually took her out to play, it was early 4th of July, mm-hmm. and it's the first time she's on the course with me playing. She hit a ball out the bunker to within a foot.
Ooh.
And I told her, like, that's one of those shots that any normal golf person, you get hooked right there.
Yeah.
She had no idea what she did. I have a picture of her with her putter right there, standing next to the ball and stuff. But she just got more into it and slowly progressed into lessons and then competitions. And we just like to have fun with it. It's
right.
Me and her mom likes to play with us when she can. She's learning, but me and the kid here, we just go out and have a ball.
Yeah, that's awesome, because I know there's a lot of guys who listen to us where they're like, oh man, I gotta find time to get out to the golf course. It's like, oh, I got babysitting duty, so I can't go out there. So you got it made, man. You're like, hey, I'm gonna take Camila out to the course. I got her.
It just was my little golf road dog. She goes with me anywhere from Northern California when we go visit family, to her tournaments out here in the valley, to me and her go to San Diego and play with my other buddy.
Yeah, so that's super cool. I gotta know, how old was she when she hit that bunker shot?
Oh man, so 2017, maybe like 6.
6 years old out of the bunker to a foot. Yeah. I can't do that. I'm 32. That's really cool. So as your dad was saying, you're starting to pick up the clubs, you're kind of messing around, you hit that sand shot and you don't realize it yet what you've just done. Every golfer has that moment where, what we like to say, it's euphoria. You hit it, you've pured it, you've done something great, and like you said, you're hooked. Do you remember what your hooked moment was?
Gosh. One that I can more remember would probably be when I chipped it into the hole from so there was like a hill in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like down there, so I couldn't see the green at all. I just had an idea of where the flag was.
Right.
So I chipped it, thinking I'll just get it as close as I can. And then all of a sudden I hear everybody start cheering, and then so I run up there, and everybody's like, "It went in the hole."
Yeah.
So I run over there, get my ball. And I think that was one of the moments that really got me hooked.
Dang, that's a good one. I think that's better than a pured iron.
She's actually done that a couple times.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
She have more chip-ins than you did?
Oh, she schools me already.
Oh,
So,
man.
yeah, she's there.
That's awesome. So that's great. That's a great foundation, and like I said, that's what we want for the next generation, right? To have the dads starting to take out their kids, or eventually a grandparent taking out a kid, because I feel like as Latinos we don't have that. It's been a lot of like, hey, estás jugando golf, like what are you doing? That's an expensive sport.
Yeah.
It's really cool because you don't have to necessarily grow up with that.
Exactly.
You don't have that stigma. Which is a good thing. I think a lot of generations now, it's like, oh, you didn't grow up as tough as I did. So like, but this is one of those things that we have to break. We have to break that stereotype. So I'm really excited for you. Like you don't even know. That's really cool.
Thank you.
So I think we've been following you. I think we've kind of interacted a little bit at Raza events. George, you're rocking the Raza hat. I think I've seen you guys around there. And Camila, you were talking about how it's important for you to kind of be that representation to other Latinos as far as playing golf. Was that something that your dad instilled in you, your mom, or what came about that as far as like, I want to push other Latinos into this space?
I think it was my idea, because once I started playing tournaments that were more serious, I noticed that whenever I'd go to the tournaments and I looked at the names of the girls I was playing with just to get an idea of who was going to be with me.
Mm-hmm.
And there weren't a lot of like Latino last names or first names. So I did notice that there maybe like one or two others that were playing with me.
Yeah.
In my, especially my age division. So that's one of the times when I really started to notice like what kind of girls were out there and what kind of girls were mostly playing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to change that. I wanted to see more girls that were like me, being able to make it as far as I have and be able to continue this sport and other sports too.
That's really cool, and that's really mature for such a young girl like that, having that recognition. And so like, Dad, when she tells you this, like, hey Dad, like I want to start encouraging other little Latina girls or even maybe Latino boys, what did that mean to you?
I think it's awesome. One, for her to be able to influence her peers, and then again, people within our own culture and community. She's definitely a young lady who's put herself out there in something that's not really normal, and something that we've, like I said, grow up with.
Yeah.
So she might have other friends that she does the Bailes Folclóricos with, and she talks to them about stuff, and she hasn't quite been able to push them out to a course or driver range yet, but it's definitely a topic that she's not scared of.
Yeah.
Because that's her thing. And she just feels that it's enjoyable and it's something everybody can do. And then you're on your own when you get there. You learn it, and then you got to push yourself, and it's just it's very it's just enjoyable.
Yeah. It's a great time.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the sport myself. So no, that's really cool. And actually you hit on a point that I kind of wanted to dive into. So your dad's saying that you haven't convinced any of your friends just yet to get into golf, which understandably it's kind of tough. I'm still trying to get some of my adult friends into golf, so I'm with you. It's an everlasting battle. What's that feedback like from your peers? So when they find out you're a golfer, are they kind of like maybe teasing you or find it weird? What's that like?
They are kind of weirded out because they've mostly watched golf on TV and like, oh, this is boring, like nothing really happens. So they don't, but they've never played it, so they don't know like how it is or how it is to actually play golf or mess around, like even just like a top golf kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just like messing around, but they're not unsupportive, but they're definitely like, oh, like they didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Man, how long have you been trying to get your classmates or friends to play golf? Is it like something recent or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're about 12, turning 13, so you're
13 next week.
Next week. Oh, whoa! Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Wow. So middle school, right? Yeah. Junior high, as some folks still like to call it.
Right.
Mom's behind the camera. Mom, are you nervous to have a teenager soon? She's not nervous. Okay, good. And that's kind of why I shout out Mom is because we're talking to Dad. Obviously, Dad's very involved in your golf game and stuff like that. But I was texting with your mom. Definitely have to give a big shout out to the moms. Athletes' moms kind of are the driving force. As much as Dad's out there paying and get you out of the golf course, doesn't happen without Mom, right?
Oh yeah, Mom. The momager. She's the backbone of this.
Yeah. No, that's great. I love that. So big shout out to Mom. So I guess next up what I want to talk about, Camila, is we're talking about these goals about getting other Latinos and kids out into golf. You've tried word of mouth, it sounds like, talking to your friends, things like that. But do you have any set plans on how you want to encourage the next generation, or is it mainly through social media?
It is mainly through social media and putting myself out there and letting other kids and Latinos or kids of color in general that like they shouldn't be scared or intimidated of golf, because it is a sport that takes a lot of patience.
Right.
Like you can, but you can't really quit. Like if you don't get progress right in the beginning, because of the amount of it's an investment, especially if you want to play tournaments. But yeah.
Dad, would you say that Camila is probably a little bit more mature than the average girl her age just because she is playing golf? Like, do you notice a difference?
Oh yeah, 100%. She her mental toughness that she's developed from golf has definitely put her above and a maturity level that some of her peers maybe aren't at right now. And it's not saying that her peers are juvenile, but
right.
The way she has to think and plan ahead on the course, she's able to use that outside of golf.
Exactly.
And just to get herself ready. And then the frustrations that she experiences on the course, which you're going to experience frustrations in life, it just teaches her you got to deal with problems as they come with you. That's part of life.
Yeah, no, that's 100% right, because what's the old saying in golf is that you're going to have bad luck from a good shot and maybe good luck from a bad shot. Did I say that right? Yeah. But, you could hit a really great shot, but yeah, you have a really bad lie, right? And things like that. So, no, that's definitely 100% true, because golf is 100% just mental. I don't care what they say about the swing. It's all
will
mental.
get you.
Yeah, it'll get you. I want to touch on something that Camila just mentioned. So, not only are we focusing on the Latinos, but you said kids of color, right? Other kids of color. One of the big inspirations, I think, on the golf wave is Tiger Woods, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys our age, we look to Tiger because it's like he's darker than the other guys. We could do this too.
Tiger's the man.
Tiger's the man. Tiger's the man. Episode 2, Omar's hot take. Go check that out and let us know. Did you listen to that, George?
I have.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk about that off camera because I don't want to spoil it for other people. We got to get it back on. But,
let's do it.
But the reason I'm alluding to Tiger is, as I got to do my research on you. I noticed you have a picture with Tiger.
Yes.
What was that like? I'm fanboying out over here because you've actually met the man. So what was that like?
It was really, really cool to do that.
And at Pebble Beach, right?
Yeah, when we first
double whammy.
When we first saw that, when we put out the audition, not the audition tape, but like to get invited to the TGR Invitational. We were all really excited when we got the acceptance letter because it was really special, and it was the first one too. It was the first one that they were doing. So we got there. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if he was gonna be like. I wasn't sure.
Got Tiger's name, but
what
he might not be there, right?
What we were gonna do, but we were standing in line. I think it was to get breakfast.
The welcome dinner.
Yeah, our welcome dinner. We were standing in line, and I was looking at the food, and my dad was like just looking at the course, at the hay.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my God, look over there!" and he started just getting super
fanboy.
excited, and like pointing because Tiger Woods was in the distance, and so everyone started getting excited about that, and that's when we got to watch him putt and stuff like that. But it was really cool to be able to be that close, honestly, and take the photo.
I mean, you were closer than I am to you right now, based on that picture. You were like shoulder to shoulder with him. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really exciting.
Yeah. Did you get to pick his brain at all? Like, did you get to talk to him, or was it kind of just like a photo shoot, or what was that like?
It was more like a photo shoot, unfortunately, but we did get to hear kind of like a speech or like a story.
At like their conclusion dinner, like that night, they did an interview, and it was a good couple hour, like him talking and just stories and
like
the
his story in golf.
It was good.
Yeah.
So through that, everybody got to pick his brain and get some knowledge from him,
Yeah. Man, that's really cool. Guys, I'm telling you, the stuff that Camila has done, like I said, I took a deep dive into your Instagram because I got to learn about you. Met Tiger Woods. You've played Torrey. You've played Pebble. You have more things off the bucket list than I have. So that's really cool. But yeah, no, that's you've already accomplished a lot, but you're still so young. You have a lot left to do. You have a lot left to live for, right, and play for. What's kind of on the horizon for you as far as tournaments? Because you're talking about playing tournaments. What does that mean to you? Are you striving to go into college, or what do you want to do with golf?
I definitely want to take golf into college and hopefully get a scholarship, because there are a lot of female golf scholarships that go unused because of the still growing community of female golfers.
Right.
I know I want to stay in like the golf world for a job. I'm still thinking about being a professional.
Okay.
But I know I want to stay in like sports, and especially golf, like that kind of job field.
Yeah. Either working for the industry or actually being a player, things like that. That's really cool. So your mom's saying that you have a lesson coming up, and your dad was talking about how you've done public lessons, things like that. How often are you practicing golf?
A few times a week.
Yeah.
Especially now that the tournaments are coming up again because of summer and spring. So it was harder for me to practice in like winter.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely starting to practice a lot more for the upcoming tournaments and just getting ready for all those.
Yeah. Cool. Any big name courses that you got coming up? Things that you're excited for?
I don't know.
Nothing, just tournaments. Nothing specific.
Nothing specific.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
And try and go to Torrey during her spring break at least one time, just to get out of town, go to San Diego.
Yeah.
But nothing. She hasn't got us invited to Augusta National yet.
Augusta. Can I hop on the plane with you guys if you get invited to Augusta?
You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll do a podcast at Augusta. Yeah. Dad, do you throw your name in every year for the tickets for Augusta?
Me and then everyone I know, including my parents. I make everyone throw the email out there.
Yeah. Hey, that's smart. I need to start using my parents' email for that.
No success yet.
Yeah. Dang. Anyone in your inner circle, even outer circle, that's landed the tickets?
Nope.
I got a buddy out in Arizona.
Oh.
He's gotten them twice.
Twice?
Twice. And I'm just like, I hate you.
I just want to go once, just to experience it and buy all the stuff I can buy there, all the swag from there, from the Masters.
Actually, you know what? I got another person going this year, and I'm supposed to throw my order in. So, hey, Safe Par, we got to keep talking about our buddy that's going out to Augusta. We're not going to name blast them, otherwise they're going to get DMs all about trying to get their stuff. No, great stuff, guys. So, next up, I really want to talk about the relationship with you and your dad. Kind of before the cameras turned on, we started talking about how Dad, hey, I bring out to the course with me. It's great to have your buddy essentially out there. But what's been one of the coolest moments with Camila out on the golf course? I know we talked about the chip in, but like as a father, what's kind of that moment you're like, man, this is really cool?
I would say when she first started doing her tournaments with U.S. kids, and I was able to caddy for her.
That's dope.
Her back nine at Olivas Links out in Ventura, she just killed it. Like, she was on fire. That was the first time she broke 90. She's like an 84, and just watching her do her thing, like just I'm just over there. I'm literally just pushing the clubs for her, and she's not asking me anything. She's just doing her thing. Like she was in the zone. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, this kid is doing it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then just like whenever I take her out, like when we go out have fun, we don't often keep score, even though we know what we're hitting. Yeah. But we're not writing it down. You know, we'll just mess with each other, we'll talk crap to each other, like on the golf course, you know, and bet with each other. But I had to stop betting with her because I'm taking your money. I'm in debt.
Yeah, you're in debt.
Yeah, she got me. But it's just amazing to watch her progress. And like I said, I mean, I'm not a horrible golfer, but I'm not good. Mm-hmm. But just to see her already just getting so much better. Yeah. It's awesome.
That's great. That's awesome. Are you playing at the same tee box as your dad right now and beating him, or?
Mostly.
It happens.
I love it. I love that as you're explaining that, she's like, "Yep, I remember that.
Oh yeah,
I got it." How does it feel being out on the golf course, like compared to kind of everyday life? Do you feel more confident, more home on a golf course, or you feel even keeled kind of across it? What's that like for you?
I'd say I feel even a little more confident because it is one of the things that I think I definitely strive at. Yeah. And I take pride in how hard I've worked to get where I am. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely one of the things that I'm really proud of. Yeah. Like myself for doing and for being able to get myself here, and I'm proud of myself for being able to put myself out there. And yeah, but I'd say I'm more confident on the golf course.
More confident on the golf course? Yeah, that's home, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I love that. Cool. Wow. So I want to talk about your hat. We have Latina golfers. Your dad's wearing Raza right there. Big organizations that we love to support and interact with. I noticed that you were at the Genesis recently.
I was.
And Latina Golfers has, I think they invited you out there, right? Mm-hmm. What's it been like interacting with them, and what have they done for you as far as getting you out there and supporting you in your golf journey?
I really like being in the Latina Golfers and all the opportunities that it's given me. Mm-hmm. And it's really nice to go to the events that they have. Like they had a quinceañera for the 15 years that they've been an organization. I got to go there, and it's just really fun to be able to be surrounded by people like that. Mm-hmm. And knowing that there's just a whole community and an organization for people like that or like me. Mm-hmm. I did get invited to the Genesis, and that was a really cool opportunity that they gave me. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they've just done a lot to be able to support me. And
yeah, that's good. Shout out Azucena with Latina Golfers. Azucena, we need to get you on the pod too. Maybe we'll run it back and we'll have her, all three of us, all four of us get on there.
There you go.
So what other kind of things do you do with Latina Golfers? I definitely want to learn more about it, but then also kind of throw it out there because, as we said, we want to get more people into the game, specifically more little girls. I think it's such a great sport. I'm one of the first people, and people are probably going to... This is my hot take. I feel that eventually at one point, we will get to a point where we could have men versus women on the PGA Tour, like straight up. Like, yes, men will still have kind of, I think, the power factor, but... women can throw darts, man.
The women's accuracy and then the finesse in their swing, like Nelly Corda, is so awesome.
Right.
Like you got Rory out there just killing it, and he's great. Yeah. But like some of these women, it's all about finesse, and they get distance too. Yeah. But they can hang.
Yeah. Exactly, man. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think if we continue to grow the game, especially on the women's side, women can get in there and compete. So, yeah, what other things do you think that Latina Golfers does to kind of push the game for women in general? Like, we heard the quinceañera event. Tell the listeners a little bit more about that and what they do.
Yeah, I've been to a few other events that they had for like the Latina Golfers, and they have a lot of like the little girls. They've invited me to help teach some of the little girls there.
Oh, that's cool.
So those have been pretty cool and pretty fun, and I like seeing the little Latina girls out there trying to practice and trying to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
And just like I don't even know if they know it, but like just help growing the community even more.
Yeah. Do you feel that responsibility when you're out there? Does it make you feel a little bit more grown up? You're like, oh, I'm out here coaching now.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the things that changed my attitude about the stuff that I'm doing, and like realizing that I am a role model for some girls.
Yeah. No, that's big, and you are a role model. Like I said, I'm impressed being here with you because I look back on my childhood. I started playing golf when I was in middle school. Family friend got me into it, and it was one of those things because golf was kind of expensive, and my parents weren't necessarily like, yeah, I want to go pay for you to get new clubs and go out there on the golf course. It kind of died there, right, because of the financial stuff. It wasn't until I was adult making my own money where I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to get back into the sport and I want to play more. So yeah, you're getting to do a lot of stuff that I wish I could have done as a kid. Do you kind of recognize that at all? I know we kind of talked a little bit earlier, like we don't have the stigma, but do you recognize that like, hey, I'm out here doing something that most kids don't get to do?
Yeah, I do recognize that, and I do recognize the ability that I have to be able to, like you said, kind of break the stereotype. Especially like how you said your parents were like jumping at the idea of trying to buy new clubs.
Yeah.
As much as golf isn't as accessible as like soccer, where you just need a ball. For golf, you don't necessarily need to have like an entire new set of clubs for when to start. Like, you can go to like a thrift store and just pick up a few irons and like a putter to mess around with.
Exactly.
I think that's one of the good things.
Listen to that, guys. 12-year-old is telling you the same thing that we've been saying. Go buy some thrift shop golf clubs. That works too. No, that's definitely true. On the topic of golf clubs, Dad's already in debt. He owes you some money, right? Next set of golf clubs, what do you want? What's Dad got to pay for?
I don't know. I get a lot of the recommendations for my golf clubs from my coaches.
Yeah.
And that was the set that I have.
Which one?
The set that I have right now.
The Callaways?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that recommended from Coach Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Callaway is what you're recommending next, right? So, hey, Callaway, if you're seeing this, look at this. Got a young Latina golfer kicking butt already, so you need your next sponsorship. Come pick her up. No, that's really cool. So, I guess really that's kind of all I have for you today, Camila, because I still want to see what you have coming up next. Obviously, we have tournaments and things like that. But I kind of want to pass it off to you a little bit, Dad. What's next? What do you see for Camila? What do you want for her?
I mean, next, like I said, she's finished up 7th grade this year. Then she has 8th grade. So I just want her to keep playing, keep getting better, get herself ready for high school.
Yeah.
And then whatever high school she goes to be able to compete with those girls there. Other than that, like I said before, like we just go out and have fun.
Yeah.
Like I just want her to enjoy it because it's something enjoyable. She likes it, and she even wants to keep it going in some form for a career.
Yeah.
And just we've been putting in a lot of work right now and a lot of practice. We're gonna actually practice after this, and then hopefully she has some good success this tournament season, and then just continue to show everybody what she does. Like I said, her social media, a lot of it is me and her playing and just having fun, and just expand from there.
Yeah. So good stuff. Yeah, no, and if I could piggyback off of that, that's definitely like the mentality, right? You got to have that mentality to keep grinding, be confident in all that you're doing. And I hope, just kind of the way that we've been talking, that you do have the support of La Raza, the community. With us, Los Golferos, you have Raza, you have Latina golfers. There's a lot of people rooting for you. And with that, if I could give you some advice, I think the key word is remain humble. And where I'm coming from with that is, when you're at your high, remember, be humble. You have the support group here that's with you. when you're at a low, when things are going tough, be humble. Don't be so tough on yourself. Be like, hey, I still have my support group around me, and I'm still good at what I do. There's a quote that I love. I heard it from Tom Hanks, the actor. He always says, "This too shall pass." When things are going good, it'll pass. We're going to level back out. When things are going bad, it'll pass. We'll get back out. So use that as guidance when things are getting tough, when it's tough out on the golf course. It seems like you're already a very intelligent and confident young lady. And as Los Golferos, we're just really excited to see what you do next. So with that, guys, did you have anything else that you wanted to say?
I just wanted to say that, like, you shouldn't put a lot of pressure on yourself or like anybody else, especially if you're starting out. Like my Instagram page, I don't really put my scores on there. It's mostly just me having fun, or like, this is me going out to the golf course today. I don't post like, oh, I got this on my tournament today. I'm more focused on like the fun factor. I also feel that it is important to have a community that fits in with you to make you feel more welcome and more comfortable with whatever sport you're playing, especially golf, and especially sports that don't have a very diverse community yet, that are still growing. It's definitely important to have a role model that you can look up to that even just looks like you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. You have a very mature, very confident young lady.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, it's been a great episode with you guys. Like I said, I want to continue to see what you do. You guys are always welcome back to the pod. I would love to do more with you as we follow your journey so that you can continue to be an inspiration to the next generation. So thank you guys so much for being on the episode. And as always, salud, golferos.